Let me tell you why you're here. You're here because you know something. What you know you can't explain, but you feel it. You felt it your entire life.
On the road again.
I can't sing.
I just can't wait to get on the road again. Alright, Hats, how you going?
You can't sing. Yeah.
I'm sorry, what?
I said you can't sing either.
Oh, can't. Fucking Scott. I thought you said you can sing. I'm like, finally.
Oh, no.
Exonerated. Alright, where are we going?
Right now we're going to the physio because you've done your neck. Apparently. You'll say you've done your neck, but I reckon it's just an excuse why you're going to lose your sats on the golf course. Are you going to be able to play the golf? Sorry, we're in the mood.
Yeah, okay, so we're going to Murrurundi Bush Bash. Bitcoin Bush Bash, very excited. Finally on the road. Yes, I'm going to play golf, or hopefully be able to play golf. We'll see how we go. We're only going to do 9 holes, aren't we?
Are we?
We're not doing 18, are we?
Oh, I thought we were. Okay, maybe we're not.
We didn't do 18 last time.
Okay. No, we did actually, that's true. Yeah, okay, let's just do 9.
It might be too hot anyway. Anyway, alright, we're driving away. I think last year we did this, anytime we had a thought, we just hit record, so we'll be back in 5 minutes.
Or never.
Or never. Alright, Hats, you got anything?
Nah.
Alright, back to the silent drive then. Alright, Hats, tell the listeners what you just said to me. I'm rattled.
Right, so you do the sneaky smoke, right? It's the social smoker.
Yep.
You're not a regular smoker, but you do it socially, and you do it. Well, you do.
Oh no, I would call myself regular now. That's not good.
Okay. Well, right. Okay. Well, that's not good. So, I didn't know how much smokes cost. And what did you tell me? $33.
Yeah, pack of 20s, about $33 for what I buy, which is ridiculous.
Right. So that's $33. That's $16.50 for 10. What was I trying? How did I work this one out? I'm driving. Sorry, it's cars. So. Hang on, so what did I say? $16.50 for 10, $1.65 each, right? Yeah. So $1.65 each. Right now, I don't even know. Like Aussie dollar will get you like 5,000 sats or something. Check that. I don't know. It'll be somewhere near there, right?
Yeah.
So $1.65 is about 8,000 sats per smoke, right? So
yes.
Still with me? So
unfortunately, yes.
So 8,000 sats. I'm doing numbers, driving and, well, in my head, like, not writing them down, but 8,000 sats times 10, 80,000 sats for 10, 160,000 sats per packet of smokes. So,
ouch.
So you're blowing 160,000. So you want to give up an addiction, people? Start working out how much your addiction costs you in sats. That's my advice.
Yeah, that's mind-boggling. Thanks, Hats. Thanks very much. Geez, that sounded good, Brendan. Where'd you...
Look good.
No.
Miles, right?
That was Hats. Where'd it go?
Way right.
Okay, alright, my turn. No, I'm going to fucking curve this. So.
10's T at Musselbrook on the T. Bitcoin Brendo. Okay. Ten's T. The T, it's, I don't know, further than the ball. Where is the T? No, there, it's in the ground. Here you go. Here's another one, but it's there. Oh, there you go. Is that it?
Yeah. Right.
Mulligan on the T. Wait, that was nearly my face.
Fuck me, almost got you.
That was really close to my face. All right, this could take a while. We'll see you next. We'll see you next Bush Bash, people. So we've played the first. Brenda had a nightmare, and I lost the ball. Lost the hole. 1,000 sats down. Fuck. Alright, so we started on the back 9, so my par on the 12th I was really happy with. Still wasn't good enough giving away a shot, so only tied that hole. And then I just stuffed one in the lake. So I'm now 3 down after 13. 3,000 sats. And I'm knackered. Wish me luck. Okay, I'm not happy. We've now played the 15th. Par 5. Played it quite well. 1 over 6. Not too bad. Brenda knocks it in the trees. Knocks it in the bunker. Knocks it stiff from the bunker, taps in for a 6, lost the hole again. 4 down. So things are going so badly I can't remember whether I was 4 down or 5 down, but we can listen back to the recording. I finally won a hole, so I'm now either 4 down or 3 down, but it's still too little too late. Doesn't matter, I can play well when it doesn't matter. Final hole, how you feeling, Brenda? Are you feeling pretty good?
Yeah, I've had
You're walking a bit taller than you talked before.
pretty much a smoker hole, John Daly style, so...
You did that after about 3 holes claim to be John Daly.
Yep. All the colourful stuff that I wear, and I don't really give a fuck about golf, but it's fun.
And the problem is I do.
And yeah, that's right.
And I'm losing. So we're going to have to check how many I'm losing by, but I'm definitely losing. I'm going to win the last though. I'm feeling positive. Yeah, go on, hit it. Go for it. Yeah.
Leave it running. Leave it going.
Okay, all right, here we go. We'll get a bit. Whoosh. What is that, a chip? Huh? Oh no, what is that?
Oh, look at that. It's a T with, like, it's a woman's ass T.
There you go.
Keep it.
No, thank you.
Oh, no, it's a memento. We can.
I don't need a memento from today. I'll remember this. This is going to hurt my psyche forever, so it's all good. Right, here we go. Concentrate. Come on, I want to see if you can win another 1,000 sats. Oh, shit.
Oh, no.
Where's that one? Oh. When it doesn't matter, he puts it in a container. Yep. That's somebody's house or something. What is that? Happy with that one?
No. Alright, Hats, we're going to let him do his final tee off. Oh, see how he goes. It's going to be better than mine, mate, so pressure's off. You are being recorded, however, so... Yeah. Why do you step back like that to look at it?
It's just routine. Yeah. Just routine and stuff, and it's good to have a routine. All the best golfers have a routine, man.
Oh, yeah, right, okay.
Me.
Yeah.
Right, here we go.
Alright, let's go, Hats.
Come on.
Send this motherfucker.
There's nobody on this golf course. Nobody's going to see it, so it's bound to be good. Right. Come on.
Let's go. And that, I think that's joining me.
Oh no. Ooh.
I didn't see that land.
That better not be a house.
No. Well, that's part of the thing.
Yeah, we both did just go in the porta cabin, so we're just going to pretend like that didn't happen. And drop them right in the middle of the fairway. Feel like we're good. That's the rose, right? Alright. I just played the 18th quite well. Brendel raked one in from about 25 feet for the last putt to win the hole. So I think I won one. We have two. Yeah. So that means you won 6. Yeah. So 5,000 sats down. Anyway, about a review of Musselbrook. Like it?
Oh, it's beautiful. I think we need to review the handicap too, actually.
Yeah, because that's 2 years in the bounce you've done that to me. So handicap change for next year or next whenever. Thanks, Musselbrook. See you at Murra.
All right, so we've arrived at Murra. We've checked in.
No, we're not. We're in the car, you lying bastard.
Shut up! You're ruining the magic.
Okay, we forgot this bit.
We forgot to actually say, hey, we're here at Murra. So we're not here at Murra. We're on our way home, but
we're working for you guys. This is proof of work.
Proof of work. Just imagine right now that we're just checked in. We're keen for a beer, and we're now going to just talk to the Bitcoiners that want to talk to us.
We want to put something out for you guys on the way home. We want to give something to listen to that's worthwhile.
Yeah,
it's probably going to be not. But
so anyway. just strap in and listen to the next few minutes of some good hardcore maxis, having a chat, and we miss you already on our way to the pub. All right, I'm here with a Sawala. How you going, mate?
Not bad. How you going?
Good. Why are you sitting on the grass right now?
Standing on bindies.
Yeah.
The grass has bindies all through it, and of course we're trying to earth our feet to the ground.
Yeah, I haven't done any earthing yet because I think that's bullshit. But anyway, fair enough.
It probably is bullshit.
What?
It probably is bullshit. But I mean, everyone else seems to be resonating the same thing.
Yeah.
Do we take our shoes off and walk around the grass? I think so. Yes.
Yeah, why not? They can't hurt, I suppose, except for bindies. They hurt a bit. All right, I think, where are we? We're at the White Hart Hotel, post first day of Bush Bash. Yeah. It's been a good session, good sessions. Those that don't know, Swala is Mr. Buckethead, the red bucket guy. What's the motivation behind that?
The bucket?
Yes.
Well, as I said to a few people this weekend, I wanted to get from behind the actual screen. So I guess most people were hiding behind one blank image or something.
Yep.
And there were other people who basically had fully doxed themselves, with their names and stuff like that. And this is the halfway point. So it means I can get out from behind the avatar.
Yep.
And walk around, but no one sees my face. So, yeah.
So what's the motivation for that, though? You just want to get out and be there showing...
I felt trapped.
You what?
I did sort of feel trapped just being behind one
Yeah.
one simple image. And I don't know, I wanted to do some stupid things on screen. Wanted to dance, wanted to throw things, whatever. I want to be silly.
Play some pool at Murra Bush Bashes?
Yes.
That hasn't happened actually yet, has it?
Well, I have played pool last year, but not this year.
No, because they moved the bloody pool table.
Yeah, they did move the pool table. We just got to figure out this place has one as well. So.
Oh yeah, good point.
I haven't seen it. If we have to play some games, we might have to go back up the road to the railway. So.
Yeah. So what is this how many bush bashes have you done?
This is my fourth.
So I know you've done 3 Murras, so what's the other one?
No, I've done 2 Murras and 2 Beechworths.
Oh. So were you not here last year?
I was here last year.
Not the first one?
Not the 2021, no.
Okay, alright. What does Bitcoin mean to you?
Fuck, that's a hard one, isn't it?
I know it is.
It's very hard. What does Bitcoin mean to me? Like most people, I guess, would say, it's a lifeboat in a crazy system. So,
yeah.
Look, I know that I can verify that what I've spent on is already there, and I can see it every single day.
Yep.
I can't quite do that with a real bank.
Yep.
So I guess it's just that outside bet that obviously, everything else is going to collapse eventually.
Yeah. That sounds so ominous.
Yeah, I guess the same. Most people say that same sort of stuff. I mean, yeah, I think, like, when I was a kid, I actually thought that within banks everything was one-to-one. And I guess when I sort of discovered that in this, it's not one-to-one in the normal system, but it's one-to-one in Bitcoin, that is something, finally, it kind of it ties in with what I said when I was a kid.
So I'm guessing you had a Dolomite account?
Yes, I did.
Yep.
I'm guessing you had the exact same thing, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, so the Dolomite account, yes, my mum was adamant about making sure we just, wrote out our little dollars down there and sign it at the bottom and all that sort of junk.
Yeah. The earliest indoctrination that I can think of.
Yes, but at the same time, it had a good spirit to it, though. It was about saving.
Oh, entirely, but it was also pushed by one bank, basically just throwing themselves into the education system.
Totally, but I mean, yes, we only had banks back then. Of course, we didn't have Bitcoin, but yes, I mean, yeah, you do what you can to attract new people, and if appealing to kids for kids' savings is, yeah.
Yeah, true. What would you say to CommBank right now?
Well, they're still the biggest. I don't know. I have not been a CommBank user for 20 years. I just don't know. I got no response. You can blank that out.
I won't blank. If you've listened to us, I don't blank anything.
Okay. But I mean, I've got nothing inspiring to say about it. So
if you don't fuck. I've had too many beers. That's the idea. All right. Anything else to say, Swallow?
I've got a million things to say. The amount of times I interject today, it's just the way I do it. I'll have to tell, I guess, all the people of the future that today's conference we were talking about sending a certain amount of Bitcoin into the future to one of the last blocks with an actual Coinbase reward on it. So I guess maybe we should put out that warning to those people in the future to be aware that there is a large transaction which is going to be unlocked on the last block.
The very last block.
It's not necessarily the last block. It will continue after, but this is the last rewarded block.
Yes. That was conceptually that was a really interesting conversation actually. Yeah. Kind of blew my mind a bit.
Yeah, certainly, and I had plenty of ideas to think about stuff too. And I have to admit, one thought came through my mind, which came through a few other people's mind. This could start wars. Can you imagine them fighting over that last one? People could like full on go to war with this, but we just don't know.
All thanks to Michael.
Yes, yes, and he was pretty funny too. He was good. He did a great presentation, very funny.
Yep.
And I urge anyone who's listening to this to go and find out about this. There you go. Get Hats to go and find some links for me.
Oh, he will.
And yeah. I recommend that everyone should copy the message so that private key doesn't get lost on GitHub if GitHub ever crashes and goes down. So everyone else has that private key for the future because it's only written down on a GitHub account right now. So.
Okay, I've got one last question. What is it with you and wanting to swim in creeks when you're here?
Well, it's great for when you've just had beers the night before.
Yeah.
But it wakes you up because, I mean, sometimes I struggle. I get a bit sleepy during a Bitcoin conference and I think I've got to be sharp.
So mid-session, midday, you'll just go for a quick swim and wake up and come in drenched?
Well, no, I've only done the mornings. I probably should do it lunch and after, but it's just the way it's rolled.
Oh, and there you go. Hats has just brought him a beer.
Is this mine?
Yeah, that's your beer.
Yeah, all good.
Oh, sorry, you're recording?
No, yeah, we're done. All right, Hats, anything to add to Swala's rant?
Let's just say that Yellow almost got a whole bunch of beer drenched on him just then.
Oh, man.
Sorry, man. All right. I've got nothing.
Hats has got nothing. All right, we'll report back in now.
All right, so where are we? This is called the White Heart.
Yeah, I've already done that. I just did it with Swala.
All right, okay, we're still at the White Heart. We're in the garden. It's quite nice here, actually. So this is good. Yeah. But we have someone with it. Do you want to talk about? Well, you've just done a Croesus, right?
Croesus?
Yeah. You've just come out of the closet.
Yeah.
Do you want to connect the old with the new?
The old with the new.
Yeah. Do you want to do that or not?
Yeah,
I'll go on. Tell your story.
I'll do it. All right. So, my name's actually Dale, and the big reveal. No, look. I mean, all 18 of my followers are going to be shocked to hear this. No, like I first got into Bitcoin, and it seemed as if privacy was the ethos, so I got stuck into that, you know. Then I went down a crazy privacy rabbit hole, like to the point where I was engaging with some individuals who refused to use anything that touched the rails of Silicon Valley kind of thing. I'm a bit of a slut. I was like, fuck, I'll just I will hand in a little privacy in exchange for convenience. Like, I just can't go too far. So, and I encounter some craziness. So I was like, it's a bit of a heavy angle. I'll keep the Bitcoin shepherd going. And this was me. Fast forward all this time, and I'm trying to figure out how I can work in this space, because I just want to spend all my time working in the space. That's like what I'm obsessed about. All I want to do is work in Bitcoin. And that's been since like May 2020 when I was Orange Pool, and I was like, that's it. So anyway, long story short, I've gone through working for shitcoin rags for the last couple of years. Yeah. And I was having to I had to be a bit ashamed, as it were, because I was like, oh, you know, I don't want them to see the kind of toxic filth I'm posting on Bitcoin Shepherd. I've actually now come out the closet and I don't give a shit. And I got another job at a shitcoin rag, and they said, you need a real Twitter handle. And I was like, okay. And then I got a blue tick, and I had 30 followers.
Blue tick?
It's political. It's political.
Fuck, how'd you get a blue tick?
It's absolutely bullshit. Yeah, so
How did that actually happen? Like,
Twitter
what actually
verified follows me. That's what's funny. Pre-Elon, hey?
Yeah.
Pre-Elon. So, you know, I was pretty famous from the outset.
That's wild, actually.
No, it's so fucked up. So it's like actually pointless. So anyway, and so since that, I've had the laser eyes, and I've just been Dale Warburton, and I'm just pro
Warburton?
Bitcoin.
Like Roy?
Warburton.
Oh, I didn't. Roy
I wish.
Orbison. The big O.
Oh god. No. Warburton as in Warburton bread. Warburton bread.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and since how long's that been?
So literally for the last 3 months.
Okay. And
Yeah.
Is that?
I'm loving
are
it.
there
And
positives or negatives, or what's happening?
To me, there's only been positives.
Let me hold that.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I'm just it's been positive.
To be honest, overwhelmingly positive, eh? Like
From people you know, like friends and family, or from Bitcoiners, or what?
Bitcoiners. Yeah, like basically what I've recognized is like Bitcoin is global, and I'm seeing like, okay, there's a lot happening in Australia, but there's obviously a shitload more happening offshore, right? And so I'm thinking I want to access all the worlds, and I'm looking at people like, you know, Samson Mao and Corey and these dudes, and I was like, I'm trying to connect with them. And then when I'm seeing people like following me, it sounds like I told my wife, and she was like, I said it sounds a bit gay, because I'm just like kind of going, you know what I mean, you're like dumb. And I was just like, Corey followed me today, Jules.
It's exciting. Right?
Bitcoin is very, very gay.
And
Oh, that's we're in trouble. Oh no. We're in trouble.
oh, you cancelled. Yeah,
Cancelled. Good.
good. No, it's pointless. But do you know what I mean? It's just like I felt like super. I was like quite humbled. I was like, oh my god, this dude's following me. And then Samson Mao followed me. I was like, no one cared who Bitcoin Shepherd was.
Yeah.
And I was screaming into the ether. I thought I had some great killer threads, and no one gave a shit.
Yeah.
Here's Dale Warburton just being like working at a shitcoin rag and just pumping Bitcoin stuff out, and he's getting a little bit of recognition from people. So anyway, it's been rewarding, and I'm super stoked.
So you think people are more likely to take note of what you're saying if you're just you?
Yes.
Agreed.
So Bitcoin Brendo, is this your coming out party?
Sure.
Oh, okay. It's not mine. It's not mine. I don't know. It's not. So here's my thought of it. Right. I think it's about the idea rather than the person. So I think that if you make it, I'm not knocking it. I think people have to do it, but I think like if you come out as yourself, then it becomes, well, what is John Smith's opinion, whereas you think about the John Smith angle rather than the opinion. You with me? So I mean, but that said, I also think that I'm like, if somebody wants to know who I am, they'll work it out, right? So I'm not clever. So, but if people need to, there needs to be more and more people putting their head above the parapet, because there's going to be a time where we're going to get shot at, right? So some of us are going to have to do it, and that maybe includes me, maybe already includes you. How do you feel about it? Do you think you're going to be shot at some stage?
Yeah, I'm okay with it. I'm stoked. I'm like, I'll die for the cause. Not in a ridiculous way, but it's like I have so much conviction. It's silly. And I'll tell you what I think my mission is. I'm here to murder shitcoins. And I'm here to expose them.
And what you're also saying is that Hats is a coward.
No.
Basically the implication. That's okay. I'm okay with that. I'm okay. Well, maybe I am.
Let me tell you what, I think that what you said is exactly true. It's more idea driven than identity driven. So 100%, man. And I totally respect people who want to remain private. I think there's a lot of credible people in the space who elect to be private, and I totally respect that. I mean, that's sort of core to kind of libertarian principles and
each individual,
all that kind of stuff. It's up to you. It's up to you, man.
And also change your mind if you decide to change your mind.
100%. That's what I did, exactly that. Because I thought initially it would give me freedom to communicate more and to be able to like just not worry about judgment.
Yeah.
And now I've actually just given myself permission to say, you know what, I don't care what people think. I'm actually just going to be me, and if you don't like it, I don't care. And that's the epiphany. Yeah. So that's why I'm okay being kind of me.
So you don't feel that being you is holding back any of the opinions you want to share?
No longer.
Fair play, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, how many bush bashes have you been to? Is this your first, second, third?
Two.
Yeah. So your first one was what?
That was Yeppoon.
Yeah. Nice. Proof of work, that one. For sure.
Yeah, totally, man. But Yeah, I would any Bitcoin, like sort of junior Bitcoiner who really wants to understand the ethos. I would say like these bush bashers for me are just such an amazing like hive mind of talent and like just different ideas and people who come from different angles and people like with they're critical thinkers. That's what I love. Like you know, and I kind of think of Bitcoin as being multiple elements. Like there's the philosophical element, there's technology, there's like the monetary aspect or the financial. So you got to kind of like, you know, and there's people who come from all different angles here, and yeah, it's such a strange feeling to feel like you know people, but you like just met them.
Something about
Yeah, exactly. It's weird, but it's awesome at the same time.
something about it's like a bit uncomfortable because you're so not used to it.
Yeah.
Like right now, I'm looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tables of people who have just basically just plonked themselves down at a table. Like there's the pubs here and there's other folk here too, but we're looking at 5 tables of people who just sat themselves down and they're all chatting. Nobody looks uncomfortable, and nobody really. Or you do think that there's a Sydney table and a Brisbane table, but I don't know if there is. I can't tell. But yeah, I don't know. I don't look at anybody right now and think anybody looks uncomfortable. And they're sitting around what's effectively strangers.
Yeah. What do you think is the common denominator binding people here? Would you say?
Paranoia. No, I'm kidding.
Core beliefs, like
Values.
core, and like also strong-headed people who genuinely there's even if you disagree with somebody, you sort of respect their opinion because they've taken it from an ethical stance.
You actually are stealing the words from my mouth. I swear to God, dude. I swear to God.
Did you ask a question having your own response?
Unbelievable! I was thinking to myself, that's what I would say. I'm really interested to hear what you would say, and that's exactly what I was going to say. People are different, and we respect each other's views. It's incredible.
Yeah. What other walk of life is that? Do you see that happening in right now?
Fucking nowhere.
Right. Just walking past people, like people just like calling each other names or talking down about some other thing or whatever it is, like just negativity everywhere. And you come to something like this and nobody has it. You just sit down, you chat, and it's nice to see, and not to be all sort of, you know, whatever about it, but it's like there's quite a lot more ladies here this time, right? That's good. There's a couple of kids here this time. That's good. What are you winking at me for?
No, I was winking it. I was winking at. I'm not going to dox him, but I'm wondering how the cookie is sitting right now.
Oh, have you spoken about that?
I didn't name the person.
Okay. We call it.
All right, yeah, maybe. Hey, you got anything else to add, Dale?
No, I mean I'm
people
I'm actually just really stoked to be here, man. It's been really it's semi-overwhelming because I'm like it's really good, and I'd encourage anyone to come if they're on the fence. The proof of work is really worth it, particularly if you are kind of a bit curious. Yeah.
And not only that, but a lot of people that have felt isolated by their Bitcoin beliefs reach out to a meetup, a Bitcoin bush bash, something like that, because like we're all here, and we're just like you.
Who was the first real life Bitcoiner you met? Do you remember?
That's actually I went to an Adelaide meetup, so I met like Daniel from Hardblock and those boys.
Yeah, sweet.
Yeah, Jeremy and Daniel. I think those two boys. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. The last thing I'll tell you guys is I love what you dudes are doing.
Stop it. No, go on.
No, let me tell you. No, do you know what the thing is? So like my ambition is to try and create more accessible content for ordinary people, because I think like
ordinary? Fucking extraordinary.
Dude, you guys are just Joe Average. No, I'm not joking. No. But what I'm trying to mean is like, okay, you've got a lot of podcasts and that sort of are directed at Bitcoiners, and it's like we're all sitting around in a group and like we're going, great podcast, man, and like what block height was it, you know? And no one cares. My wife is always like a great sort of ego crusher, and she goes, Jesus, you live in a dream world. Like when it comes like no one is in this space, like you need to try and be that bridge. So I want to be the bridge. I think you guys are definitely creating a bridge, so good work, dudes.
It needs to be accessible for people, and if that means we have to look stupid in doing that, so be it. right?
well,
And if anybody wants to come on and look stupid with us, come on and look stupid with us. Come back again.
Rad. Okay, sweet, man. Really enjoyed it, man. Ta.
We're back. Brendo's yawning, but we have a repeat guest. Who's on Twitter right now. He's not. He's just completely ignoring me.
Trying my best.
I know, sorry, man. Andy, how are you, man?
I'm very well, thank you.
Good presentation today. I thought it was wonderful.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
This is a really serious interview. No, how did it go? Genuinely, did you enjoy doing it? Grab hold and just talking to yourself.
No, look, it was a really interesting opportunity to talk about superannuation and Bitcoin and how you can do stuff, and great to have so many interesting questions and thoughtful questions and the opportunity to answer those and help people work out what they want to do with their superannuation funds.
So we're in the pub a few hours later. Have you had feedback from people?
Tons, like maybe 20 people who walked up to me and said, thank you for the presentation. You really got me thinking about like where my money is and how it's working, and is the superannuation industry looking after my best interests, and what does retirement look like for a Bitcoiner? So it's been a really interesting conversation.
So you've just basically sent them away with questions for themselves, right?
I think the more questions you have, the more answers you find. And like I'm not an expert, I'm not a financial advisor. I did a thing and I worked out how to do it, and I shared that with everybody, and I hope they take it away, think about it, and find their own path.
It was good. It was really good, and I echo all those sentiments. I actually want to ask you a more important question, and if you don't want to talk about it, that's okay. But you've brought your children this weekend. How do you feel they've responded to it? Have they said anything yet? You observing them, how's that been? Do you mind talking about that?
No, it's fine. It's a situation of circumstance that I brought them, and they've been impeccably well behaved, which is a miracle. But they've sat and listened to everything today. They've absorbed it. They've played on their phones when they've been bored. They've played on their iPads when they've been bored. But they talked to me afterwards, and they really enjoyed my presentation. And I think they took something out of seeing their dad up on stage talking about Bitcoin and what's important to me. And it's great as a dad to see that in them. And they've, like I said, they've been a credit, and I'm really pleased they've enjoyed what they've done today, and no doubt it's going to cost me a lot in Christmas presents over the coming weeks.
It's I just think there's nothing better than you can do for your children. You can talk at them as much as you like, but there's nothing better that you can do than like be an example of what you want for them. And I just think what you've done today is be a great example for your children. So well done, man, and congratulations. Well done on bringing them, and I hope they've had an okay time. Brendo's looking vacant. Brendo's looking like Brendo. You got taller. Have you got taller? You look a bit taller. Have you done something with your hair?
No, I'm just taller than you all.
Okay. Well, yeah, we are all Svetskis in a land of Valises, but
Except Brendo.
Except Brendo, who's the Valis in the land of Svetskis.
I actually wear it as a badge of honor, where I have kind of adopted the anti-Svetsky movement.
You're holding my hand right now.
I know, it's lovely.
It's a moment, everyone. Like, you should really appreciate how close they all are. And
My endless love. There you go.
Wow.
it's deep.
It's very. Do we have any more questions?
No, I do.
Go on.
So, obviously, Bush Bashers meetups. Like, what does that mean for you? Like, are they important? Are they like what?
I think over the last 6-12 months meeting up with Bitcoiners, like, we all talk about it, like, we're all mad, but we're only mad because all the normies think we're mad. But when we all meet up together, we're not mad.
Yes.
We're all sane, and everybody else is mad. Hi, Evie. Do you want to say hello?
Yeah.
So for me, it's amazing to do a meetup like this and have conversations with everyone. What?
Dead space, dead airspace. Andy
You're
talking
gonna
to
have
his daughter.
You're going to have to ming it out. What?
It's okay. Let's okay. We'll just sing a song. Sing a song.
My endless
That's not a song, man. That's. But listen to this guy. There's a guy there's literally a good singer guy who looks identical to James May.
Yeah,
you know the Top Gear guy.
He really does. He really does.
All good. Sorry. All
It's
good.
all good. She just wanted money.
Oh, fair enough.
Just wanted money.
So
Yeah.
did you send her away with some sats?
No. I sent her away on a promise that she's not getting any money.
Okay, fair enough.
But no, I look. Back to the question. I think meetups like this, where you meet a bunch of like-minded individuals who've put in the effort, put in the understanding. We talked 10 times today about all Bitcoiners are 80% on the same page, and the 20% difference is your uniqueness or background or individuality. And today was just an amazing validation that everybody is all interested about fixing all of the problems, and Bitcoin's the solution.
Yeah, I don't mind which problem you want to go for. Pick your problem, pick the one you care about, go fix that one, Bitcoin will help you. That's it.
Yeah, exactly.
We done?
No,
Oh God, he's back. Oh yeah. So
Yeah, let's talk about that.
so we have a bottle of what the hell is it called again? Sheep dog peanut butter whiskey with an E, so it's already not whiskey. But Daz a shitcoiner, as we know. So Daz wanted to come, but he's obviously stacking sats at work and he couldn't make it. So he has sent us.
Love you, Daz.
He sent us a bottle to give everybody a drink. Andy, do you have any, or did you just sniff it? Are you prepared?
No,
Are you
it made me feel
prepared? Are you
sick.
prepared to?
I wouldn't touch it with yours.
It's awful, Daz. It's absolutely awful. But we do appreciate it, and we're going to give it to everyone. But shout out, Daz. Thank you, man.
That's good. Oh, press stop.
Did I?
No.
All right, Pete. You said I have to have a question, so I'm desperately thinking of a question. I don't have a question. What would you like to tell people?
Cunt.
How you? Hang on. So you've done Yeppoon.
Yep.
You've travelled from Perth for this. Well done, man.
Yes, that's right.
You've done Yeppoon. You've been here.
It's my second Bushman.
This is the second one, right?
Yeah.
But you didn't go to Perth, which is right around the
Yes,
corner.
yeah, I didn't go to Perth. Well, to be fair, it was Nanook, so it was still like a 3-hour drive.
Oh, okay. So
Almost,
so there's proof of work in
Yeah,
that one
yeah,
too?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
right. Okay,
Still,
cool.
yeah.
Is that down? Where is that? Southwest? Is that down
Yeah,
near,
southwest, yeah.
like Yellingup? Down that
Yeah,
way.
inland from Yallingup a bit.
Right.
That'd be
Okay. I got
about-
married down there.
Yeah, okay, nice.
I got
It's
married
a nice
at
spot.
Bunker Bay.
Nice.
Do you know where Bunker Bay is?
Yeah, I
It's a
do,
beautiful
yeah.
spot.
Yeah.
Cape Naturalist National Park.
Well, I mean, everybody in Perth just goes to the southwest.
It's
like,
beautiful.
all the
It's
time.
very
It's the
pretty.
only place to go.
It's lovely. You get a beach to yourself, and it's lovely. Go
Yep.
there. Anyways, back to so proof of work. You've not done Perth. You've done Yeppoon. You've done. So what's winning so far? Queensland or New South Wales?
I don't know. I'm enjoying New South Wales.
Oh,
Like
there you
this
go.
is a lovely little
Told you,
valley,
Queensland.
nice and sunny. Like it was cold in Queensland. Like that was.
Oh, really?
And
it was
the
it
room,
was,
the
August.
room in Queensland was just like stank of booze. Like it was superb. Like an old, it was a
Oh,
nightclub in the evening. Then we get in there in the morning, do a day, the
Sticky
Bitcoin.
floor like an old.
Oh yeah, it's a carpeted nightclub.
Oh,
Carpeted nightclub.
no.
Which is not the aesthetic that everybody wants.
How many people turned up to that one roughly? Do you know?
I don't know. Maybe slightly less than this one,
Okay.
but similar. Maybe like 30, 40, something like that.
And of the faces you
It's
see
very
today,
similar.
some of them were there too.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. It's what are you working on just now? I know you're going to talk about this tomorrow a little bit, but what are you working on just now, and why is it important?
Oh,
Because I'm not. Well, let's start here. I'm not.
okay.
When I first heard about this, I'm like, well, that sounds kind of
Yeah,
cool.
everybody is this.
Okay, yeah, sorry. Okay,
Yeah,
well,
that's
no,
fine.
nothing new. I'm like, that sounds kind of cool, but I have no idea why that's of use to me.
Yeah.
That's my first thought,
Okay.
and probably the answer is it's not fucking for you, right?
Yeah.
But tell
well,
me,
no, I
tell me why I'm
true,
wrong.
Right? It's So I work at Fedi, and I'm working on Fedi mints, I guess in general. So this is it's a new technology for Bitcoin that solves a few different things around privacy and custody, broadly speaking. But it has three main benefits that are kind of important. So it's very good for scaling. So Lightning scales to a point. Fedi mints will let you consolidate a lot more people into a Lightning node, is the way to think about it. So imagine if every Lightning node was 10,000 people.
Yes.
That would be quite useful for scaling.
Yes.
It's also good for privacy. So one of the things that we built in Fedimint is Xiaomi and eCash. So if you had 10,000 people in your Fedimint and you spent something, you wouldn't know whether it was you or the other 9,999 people.
Got you.
So you had perfect privacy within that Fedimint. The other thing it does very well is community custody. So it's like an open source automated platform for running
community custody solutions
So
and federations in general.
It's almost like having a respected leader in a community. They become the person who's in charge, if you like, or capable.
Yep.
And
yeah, that's right.
And then, but everybody is benefiting. You have to. There's a little element of trust in that. Obviously.
Yeah, so the ideal solution you'd want is, like, say you had 10,000 people, you'd want 10,000 people all holding their own keys.
Yes.
Now there are some practical scaling limits on that. We've not hit them yet, so it's not something to worry about right now. But also then you have the more like logical scaling problem of just of 10,000 people can't hold their own keys. That's probably, maybe there's like 1,000 people that can hold their own keys.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe there's 100 people that could hold their own keys. Who knows? But you could probably have several communities inside there where you have several federations where, let's say, 10 people in each of those federations look after the keys for everybody else.
Yes.
So the best analog for this is something like, like a mum or something like that. There's plenty of Bitcoiners that hold the keys of the rest of their family. And they do that because their family go, oh, I just can't. Can you look after it for me? And you say, yes, of course I will. Or you agree to be a backup for somebody else. And as soon as you're a backup, you're kind of de facto custody.
And how much data would that person have on the person they're holding on behalf of all of it?
Zero.
No, it's okay.
So that's,
Explain that to me. I don't understand that bit.
Yeah, so this is the way, because we build it on top of like an eCash system, what it allows you to do is deposit Bitcoin, get a note in return that's redeemable for Bitcoin. But when you present the Bitcoin to me, I don't know who you are, and I just know how much I'm signing for the note. And so really the privacy sort of firewall, as it were, between you and the people using the mint is that you don't know how many people use the mint, you don't know the individual balances of anybody, and when they spend any money, you don't know who spent anything. It's just one of the people involved.
Okay.
In which you don't know any of their identities or how many of them there are.
Okay.
So it's like a blind accounting system.
I have a lot to learn.
Yeah.
I'm coming tomorrow.
I wasn't planning on the details tomorrow, so it'd be interesting.
Yeah.
But we can cover in questions as well.
So, where are we? Where is it just now? Like, what? At what point in the how developed is it? How many people are using it? Who do you want to be using it? How does this start?
It's still in very active development at the moment. So there's been a couple of trial federations. So originally, the genesis of like Fedi as a company was probably like the previous year's Hackers Congress over in Perth, and Perth. That's not the one. Prague. That's the place. Okay, yeah. Similar, there's this Perth and this Prague, and people always get those two mixed up.
Czech Republic's a beautiful. I love Prague.
It is, yeah.
Place.
I mean, obviously, I came from the UK. I've been to Prague on a bit of a lads'
Stag
weekend.
Weekend. Yeah. That's a great weekend. Sorry, Mum.
And the Marquis de Sade with the absinthe and all that sort of stuff.
It's a very pretty place.
Yeah. So that originally came out of like Hackers Congress the previous year. So this year was the first Fedi Mint was set up, and they had like on the main net with live transactions going around, and all sorts of people were using it.
Yeah.
I'm hopeful right now that we're Justin and Eric are working on a Fedi Mint that we can use tomorrow, hopefully. So.
Oh really?
So hopefully I'll have something that I can.
No pressure.
In the morning.
Committed to it today, but
we'll
go out.
Who knows? This is not going to go out today.
Well, maybe
right?
I'm going to push it out tonight.
We'll see. So hopefully that. But we've had a couple of these like little federations that we're deploying. But the problem is the pace of development on Fedi Mint at the moment is so big that every time you go and deploy one, there's so many changes that you then need to debug it. So we should be okay for tomorrow, I think.
Cool. And
these are like the goal for Fedi is that we want to wrap out in the public in March 2023. That's still what we're aiming for.
Say that again. You want to have it.
But the app out public in 2023. Yeah, so that would be Fedi Mints in the wild.
Yep.
Public able to download and use the application. So that's the goal right here.
Okay. You gonna meet it?
So.
You gonna meet it? You look confident? You're confident?
Of course I'm confident.
Okay.
Of course I'm confident. I know all the guys working on it.
Okay, you got okay. Let's go
My
there.
God, they're all handsome as well.
Go there. I mean, you clearly just hang around with handsome guys.
Well, otherwise why would I be here? So,
exactly.
This is the place to be.
Let's go there a little bit. So what about these celebrities that you're hanging out with now? The Bitcoin celebrity. I mean, what do you make of that?
It's good. It's good.
It is good.
Yeah, it's interesting.
They're normal people in the real.
Yeah, of course. Everyone's a normal person, right? Like it's just. It is odd when you've known somebody on Twitter for so long, and then you go, I talk to you now, and you're just a normal person. But that's
funny that,
way,
right? We're all just weirdos. I had a thing with Gary earlier on. I've been back and forth with Gary for a long time over Twitter, and I was also talking to a guy today called Gary, and did not connect the dots. And then Gary sent me. The guy was chatting. He was talking about some video. He's like, I was like, mate, send me that link if you can. You know?
Oh, he sent it you from Twitter. You realize?
Yeah, he sent me a link, and then Gary on Twitter sent me a link, and I was like, oh, it'd be nice if Gary was here. And Brenda was like, yeah, that's Gary. I was like, oh, that's
Gary.
Yeah,
Gary.
Yeah, that's Gary.
Yeah.
That guy. Yeah, anyway, it's funny. Twitter's a funny beast, and
Yeah.
like we're all just, I don't know. It's nice to connect like this online thing with the real world and realize that people are just normal folk, just trying the best, right?
Well, and
that's all the Twitch. That's all
Yeah.
the celebrity is, right?
I mean, we talked about this a few times today, but like, I think there's like the Gandhi quote is that like they ignore you, then they fight you,
Laugh
then
at
you
you,
win,
fight
and
you.
then
Yeah,
they ignore you,
yeah.
laugh at you, fight you, and win, and then I think we're going into the fighting stage, and I don't think we win a fight on our own. If you look at something like the Soviet Union during occupation, like people got through that, but they got through that because they had like the parallel polis and the parallel societies going on, and you band together with other people. So, censorship resistant money is great. It's much better if there's other people you can spend it with. So we need to know who those people are.
Definitely,
So I think these sort of real world links are very important. I think establishing communities is going to be of the utmost important going forward.
So where do you stand? This is a bit of a tangent, but where do you stand on the as an ex-government guy, me?
Right.
Sorry. No,
when
I
was
know.
I a government
I know,
guy?
no,
What are
I
you,
mean,
what are you
right?
accusing me of?
So I was not that. Yeah, maybe. I was a line in the sand guy. Draw like if your project is shit, draw a line in the sand, start again, and then then fix the problem behind you. Don't try and merge them.
That doesn't sound very public sector.
It's not. That didn't fit in very well. So, because he wanted to spend a fortune on trying to merge them, right? But what about how does Bitcoin fit in with where is the merge with the real? Where am I going with this? Right?
I don't know.
So you've got people who are trying to engage with the current system to put forward Bitcoin ideas, right? What we're trying to achieve, try to represent a Bitcoin community, if that is a thing, and trying to push for positive regulations, all that kind of stuff. And then you have other folk who are just building on the other side. I don't care what's happening. Where are you on that spectrum? Or have you thought about that?
I think I do. I think about this a lot, right? I think you need a better parallel system. So it's always going to be about how can we build a better option so that people can opt out.
So when they're ready, they can come.
Yeah, and I don't think there's such an obvious need in Australia, for instance. Like there is, but it's a need that's maybe 5 years out, right? And so we've spotted it a few years out going, well, this country's a bit fucked in about 5 years, might move out now. But there's a lot of places that are a lot closer to the edge.
Yeah.
So I think the key is and this is the point of VEDI and where we focus as well, right? It's all in the global south. It's in Africa. It's in Latin America. It's post-Soviet Europe. It'll be in Southeast Asia. It's because there's places that
understand
are
the
fucked.
problem, right?
There's like somewhere like Argentina, defaulting on your currency is a sport.
Yes.
It's just people understand the need of these things. So you go there and you solve the problem, but you need to solve the real problems that they've got, not the sort of imaginary, like, well, can you just hold Bitcoin for 10 years and hope for the best? That might work, but I think what you really want to do is empower communities to bring wealth into the community. So a lot of what we're looking at is like, well, okay, so you could, VEDI Mint kind of gives you community banking sort of thing out of, we don't really like to call it banking necessarily, but it kind of gives you that for free.
Yep.
And then the question is, well, if you've got a community and money can circulate amongst that community and you have that circular economy, that doesn't still solve your problem, because all you've got now is the ability to spend money. But that's the last thing you need to do, right? What you really want to do is bring more money in. So what you want is this community where the money circulates, and then you want a big fat pipe of money that you can bring in. So the best ways to do that, and the most popular one in Bitcoin history, is probably remittance.
Yep.
But the one that really gets people fired up when you go and talk to them, like in Africa or Latin America, is earning. It's the ability to just get onto a level playing field with other people around the world. It's like there's plenty of people, like the brains of humanity are spread out evenly, but the opportunities aren't. So let's just build better pipes to make it a flatter world.
And then meritocracy wins, right?
Yep. And then let's let the smartest people win. And maybe I've probably done all right from being born where I was.
But it's not.
fine,
but it's also not your fault.
Yeah. Oh no.
Not
There's
of that.
no guilt
for that. There's just like this.
No,
just like,
but But why not also just like help other people? Right? Just, like,
definitely.
Like I'm all for equal opportunity. Equal outcomes probably a bit bollocks, but I think we should all have good opportunities to do stuff. Like it's just ridiculous.
For, definitely.
Yeah, and particularly in a world where everybody's working online and remotely and everything else, so we could just level the playing field here. I think we'll get better ideas out. We all find our niche. We rearrange around stuff. It'll be fine. So, and I think Bitcoin allows you to do that because you can't pay somebody to do a job abroad if they don't have a bank account. So how do you give them a bank account? Well, we can't in a debt-based world, but we can in a Bitcoin-based world. You just need some dice and a number. And it's pretty simple.
Dice and a number. Yeah. I'll look forward to the presentation tomorrow. Yeah. Thank you very much.
All right, have a good one.
It's about 1:15. The stragglers are still up in the garden. Brendo's been in bed since 10:15. I suggest we now call him 10:15. Night.
All right, Hats. It's the last morning of the Bush Bash. How you feeling?
Nude.
You're wearing a towel, but anyway, that's all right. All right, so who we got this morning? We got
Izzy and who's doing that?
Pete.
Oh yeah, Pete. Sorry, Pete. Pete was the last guy I spoke to. And I don't know. I don't know who else is presenting. I've not looked at any agenda. I don't even know if there is an agenda. I quite like that.
It's pretty loose. It's good.
Yeah. No, I don't. So it's good. So what time is it now? Like 8:30.
Yeah.
10:15. How are you feeling?
I'm good. 10:15. I went to bed. I was knackered. I'm an old man. Yeah. How did you go? What time did you come to bed?
1ish, I think. But I wasn't last. There was like 7 or 8 behind me.
The pub was shut though, I'm guessing.
Well, the pub was closed for about an hour by that time. Oh yeah. Everybody's just sitting. We're literally sitting in the dark. No lights, no nothing. Out the dark. It was good.
We're swigging from Daz's sheepdog, so that whole thing got finished, presumably.
Well, I think it was pretty much finished when I left it. But it was funny because everybody was telling us how crap it was to begin with, and it was crap. But near the end, everybody's like, "Oh, this is actually quite good. Like this is like good." So yeah, that told me where everybody was up to. So no, looking forward to it, man. Let's go.
Yeah, cool. All right, Hats. We are done. On the way home.
Yeah, I'm about... Oh, camera. Yeah, I'm roasting. I'm tired. And it's 4.5 hours away.
Yeah. And I've had 3 beers with lunch, so I might have a snooze. Any thoughts on the weekend?
Yeah, it was a good weekend. I particularly enjoyed... I've enjoyed them all, but I particularly enjoyed Michael's yesterday afternoon. I was just full of energy and I just loved it. It was a cool idea.
It was a funny guy too, and very engaging, entertaining on Bitcoin time travel wormholes and time locked coins. That was really abstract conceptually, but cool.
And you, when you said to me the other day, like, who are you most looking forward to seeing, and who are you least looking forward to seeing? Yeah. Right. Well, I think my answer was something along the lines of I'm looking forward to meeting the people I haven't met yet, not in like a sort of rubbishy way, like in a genuinely people I've spoken to before, totally. But haven't like ever met. Yeah.
Merrick for one. That was awesome.
Absolutely right. So exactly that. So that was cool, but it was also I wasn't aware of Michael at all or his brother. Who's his brother? Peter?
Possibly. Yeah.
I think it's Peter. So I'll try and track those guys down because I want to listen to those guys in the future. It was good.
Yep. And we also had both of us, I think, had conversations with Gaz without realising that he was Gaz.
Yeah, I just had that conversation with Gaz just 2 seconds ago. That was, weird, right? You've been talking to somebody for however long, and then you meet them in person, you don't even know who they are. Yeah. It's nice. It's just a nice place to be. Izzy as well. Good big shout out to Izzy, I guess, this morning. Really sort of like he's an emotional guy. Puts himself out there.
He's one of the most engaging kind of guys that just seems so present when you're talking to him as well.
And knowing a little bit now of the backstory, you can sort of see why, and yeah, to have the confidence and or it's either the confidence or the just I don't care attitude of okay, I'm putting myself out there and what is going to be is going to be. I think we could all learn loads from that.
Yeah. So why do you think meetups like this are so important?
Because I think they're important for like everywhere. It does. this is just the one we happen to go to, but these things need to be happening everywhere, and there will be like superheroes emerge from all of them.
Yeah.
And I had a brief chat with Fee as well, just outside, and just making the point of there are a lot of people struggling out there, not just Bitcoin, the Bitcoin side of the equation. There's maybe people overextended themselves or whatever in the Bitcoin side of the equation, but then there's also a lot of people in shitcoin world who have got not even shitcoin, normie world, who have got no idea what's happening, and things are getting harder from them, and family circumstances are difficult. I know people, they're getting pushed from all different sides. And yeah, she was really engaging to talk to as well. I mean, it's brilliant, man. What can I say? It's been really good.
Yeah.
And all the OGs, well done. They're good.
All the OGs.
It's lovely, of course.
Tim and Bill, 1,000 thank yous for establishing and continuing the Bitcoin Bush Bash. We love it. I think anybody who has attended absolutely loves it. I haven't heard anybody sort of go, I'm not coming back. So it's really, really good.
So I've got a question for you. We going to Beechworth?
When is it? Well, they haven't talked about it yet. March, maybe. I've pretty much used up almost all of my leave this year.
Here comes the bullshit excuses, guys. Hold them to account. Go on Twitter, harass Brendo.
I'd love to go to Beechworth.
All right, well, we'll try our best.
My wife is going overseas, though, so I need to know date-wise. I can't just abandon my kids when she's not there. By myself?
Yeah, Andy did.
We didn't see Andy today. I wonder if he must have had
to do something outside. He sent me a message. His kids wanted to do something else, and he was like, "Yeah, they've done their bit." And
fair enough.
Done their bit, so now I'll do my bit. Fair play, Andy. Yeah. Great to see your kids so engaged as well, and lovely to see the children at the thing too. More ladies, more kids, more everything. We need more everything, people. More everything.
Oh, before we go, just remind us who won golf.
It's a couple of days ago, man. It's hard to say. You're getting cut next year. You're less of a handicap next year, I reckon. I don't know what it's going to be, but I'm going to think about it, because that's 2 years in the bounce.
So what you're saying is I'm better than you expected. I'm better than I expected.
That's what you're saying, yeah. Yeah, you were good this year. You were good because I had three pars and didn't win a single of those holes. Oh no, won one of those holes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you did well.
Any final thoughts?
Nah, man, I'm out.
We're not coming back. I'm going to turn this off and put it away.
Is it on?
No, as in pack it away. I'm not. We're not doing the. Every 10 minutes have a thought and pull it up. This is the end of the pod. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't have any more thoughts.
All right. Brendo and hats out.
See ya.